right, welcome to the Yin Yoga class. We're going to get started today. Sufficient warm up, definitely, because it's cold. And we want to make sure you have all the necessary props. So blocks, blankets, couple of blankets if you have them, one is fine. And then a bolster. So if you don't have a bolster, you can use like a foam roller and wrap something around it, or a second yoga mat, wrap a blanket around it. That works just fine. And let's get started. Okay, so remember that there is a pain scale that you want to pay attention to between 0 and 10, and you want to be 2 to 4, not above 4, because once you go above 4, the body starts tensing up. If that's happening, then you want to ease up. Okay, so modified. Hi, Cecilia. Hello. All right, we are going to warm up. So we're starting in a crawling position. And I'm not taking anything off yet. So we're gonna actually curl our toes under and press back, down dog. Walk out your heels. And then release down. And just go back into extended prayer. Good, and then come back up, curl your toes under, down dog. Walk out your heels. I'm even keeping my socks on. And then drop down onto your knees. Extended prayer. Come back up. Down dog. Walk out your heels. We'll do this one more time. See if you can deepen that. Drive that heel down. And then drop down onto your knees and release back. You can. All right, then coming up and then shifting your hips to the right, moving in a circle, go left and then back. And then moving from the left to the right and go back. Right to left. Left to right. Right to left. One more. Left to right. Good, and then we're going to shift forward all the way down, lower, lift up, peel yourself up and back. Do that a few times. Forward, lower, peel yourself up and back. And forward, lower, lift and back. One more. Forward, lower, and lift back. Okay, so as you go back, you're then going to walk your hands to the right side, turn your head, and look underneath the right shoulder. So breathing then into that left side body. And then walking your hands to the other side, walking to the left, and turn your head and look underneath the left shoulder. And then coming center, coming up into a crawling position. We're going to actually take the right leg, bring it up and over. So you're crossing like this. Okay. Open up your feet and then sit back. So you may need a block. Sit back. Start waking up your hips. So it's called shoelace and yin. Stacking the knees. And we're going to rotate side to side. You're going to rotate to the left. And then rotate to the right. Oh. And then rotate left. So now if you're on a block and it's feeling like you could go a little deeper, you can either lower onto a blanket or onto the floor. And then rotate to the right. And rotating left one more time. Ooh. Everybody's got their yoga toes socks on. Did you just get those stuff on you? I did? Oh. And then rotate to the right. Okay. And then hands on the bottom of your feet and drop forward. Now, if that's too intense, because we are a little bit stiff this morning, you can use a block. Go easy, go easy. Or you can use your fist. And breathe into your hips. So you drop your breath down into the pelvis, into the hips. Yes, you can do that. All right, and then we're going to come out of that, shifting forward, lifting up. You're going to go onto your tummy, all the way down. Legs come up, side to side, release. This feels good. Oh, good. I see her on Thursday. Okay, and then come up. All right, now we go left leg over the right. Open up your feet, sit back on a block. I like to start out on a block and kind of ease into it because it is a pretty deep pose for the hips. And this is the beginning of class, so take it easy. And then rotating to the left. And rotating to the right. And rotating left. You can anytime come off that block. And rotating to the right. And rotating left. Oh, keep that spine lifted. And then to the right. And the hands at the bottom of the feet drop down. Use a block if you need it. Or use a fist. Drop your breath down into your pelvis and into your hips. Keep letting your breath soften and help the body receive the pose by using breath. Breathe into your hips. All right, and then we're coming out of that. You're going to shift forward, release, go all the way down onto your tummy. The legs come up and then they move side to side. Yeah. Okay, so we're actually going to be staying on the floor like this. But if you want to have a little bit more cushion, which will actually help you feel a little bit warmer, you can take your blanket and open it up like this and lay it down. Okay, and then you're going to take your right arm and it's going to connect to the floor. So I'm going to just pretend this is my right arm. So the shoulder and the whole hand connects to the floor. Okay, but it's your right arm. And then you keep the shoulder down and you're going to turn your body and we start opening up the front of the shoulder girdle. Now see if you can relax your head. So this leg is up and behind you. Ooh. It is, and we really need this because, you know, we get rounded in the shoulders from life. And you can go deeper. So you can push with this hand here in the front and then keep opening up. The more you turn that chest and take it upward, the bigger that stretch is. So yeah, you can. Make sure that that arm is fully extended right out to the side. Everybody's got it. That looks awesome. Let the breath relax and settle. And use the practice of being mindful, the witness, the observer, to notice what arises as you do the practice. Drawing your attention inward. Oh. And then slowly, slowly release out of that. You're going to push up. Just draw your knees in, hands on the knees, and roll the shoulders out. So go in one direction and then the other direction. Yeah, probably. Most likely. I think we have a scraper. We have a scraper in the truck, right? So if you need it, you're welcome. All right, and then we go back down onto our tummy. And then the arm goes out and you want to make sure that shoulder stays anchored on the floor. That's key. If you let it pop up, you're not going to get as much out of it. The other hand pushes and you lift that leg. Make sure you are relaxing your head. Ooh. And hold it there. Ooh, this side's tighter. And you can keep pushing with the right hand, opening up,
taking the right shoulder a little higher. Deepen your stretch. Nancy, is that okay? Good. It's really good for us. A lot of times,
Neck issues, the source of the neck issues comes from the front. We discovered that with Chris one time when she came in for a treatment. And we were like, wow, look at how tight it is in the front.
it's a kind of one of those areas where we think it's all in the back and the shoulder blade, but the front, the chest gets just as tight. And again, see if you can lift a little higher with the shoulder. Whew. And then releasing out of it.
So you are going to need your bolster for the next pose, but let's roll out the shoulders first. Come up towards the front of your mat. Roll back. Go in one direction. Release it. And then go in the other direction. Okay. Right leg is going to extend in front of us. Left leg stays behind us. You need your bolster. Okay. So one of the things that happens is sometimes we teeter to one side. If that's happening, then you need to throw a blanket underneath you. So I'm just going to roll my blanket up and throw it right underneath. So I get a little bit of a lift there. And then the left foot heel is on the outside of your hip. Bolster is behind you. Not touching your back, because that'll tweak your back. And then we go back. One leg at a time. So you start out with the bolster. I want everybody to start out with the bolster. Even if you can go totally flat. And if you need a little more support for your head, do it. Do it. Just do it. Take your arms now out to the side. Oh, nice. Now you should be feeling an opening in the front of the chest. I'm feeling it because I did a bunch of push-ups yesterday. Okay, everybody's good. Is that okay? Let me fix that. You're doing it. This just needs to go a little bit. It's just kind of cattywampus. Here, let me fix this. Is that okay? That's all right. Lift up a little bit. Better? Okay, and if you want, you can interlace your fingers behind your head. So interlace your fingers. That means you have to take the block away. And that'll give you more of an opening for the chest. Oh, nice. Now, if you need more, if you have a flat bolster and you need more for your chest, you could take a block behind you and add it and do that. Oh, yeah. Nice. So we're kind of getting an opening for the chest, but we're also getting quadriceps too. I kind of like that little bolster that you have there, Cecilia. It's really nice. Oh, it's great. Yeah, yeah. And it's buckwheat? Is it buckwheat? Okay. Wow, neat. Avocado.com. Okay, there's one more adjustment. So you got to come out of it a little bit, lift up, and now we go no bolster. If you can't do that, you're going to take a block underneath you or just stay with the bolster and then release. So now we flatten out. I don't think you want to stay like that the whole day, Nancy. Pretty sure. You'd be like those guys in India. All right, and then we slowly, slowly come out of it. Push your heel, push your hand into the heel of your foot, and then release. That leg, you're going to come off of any kind of lift that you have here. That left leg comes out, shake it out. And then that goes up and over the right leg, and then sit up and rotate. Another way of opening up the upper body is through rotation, but it also benefits all the organs in your gut. Oh. So we do have an option of pushing this hand through the leg and wrapping around and grabbing. So that bound posture is a big opener for the upper body. Pat, aren't you going to try it? Oh, do you want a strap? You could use a strap. All right, and then slowly, slowly come out of it. Shake that leg out again. Okay, now we reverse sides. So you're going to bend and come behind you, and we're going to start out. You can start out on a block if you want, or up higher. And then your bolster comes behind you. Oh, I'm totally going to try it. Don't mind. All right, make sure there's a space there. And then you go back. And interlace your fingers, open up the chest. That side's better, Michael. It is. It's good for you. You know, there is another option. If you cannot lay on your back, you can always lay on your side and do it like this. It's the same pose. Yeah. So you could do that too. And then interlace your fingers behind you. If you haven't done it, go ahead and do that. Interlace the fingers, open up the chest. And you can add a block on top. I'm trying her little avocado cushion. Oh, wow. Oh my gosh. Wow, that is great. Yeah, it's got a nice feel to it. I kind of like it better than the bolster. Like the bolster, because it's material, it gives too much. This, oh, how much are they? Okay, so you can roll to your side if you want. Everybody's good? Well, I think it's warming up in here with all these bodies. Oh yeah, I could do that. I just go to the loft. Completely flatten out like that, or again, roll to your side. If this isn't a quadriceps stretch, I don't know what is. Ooh. Do you? I'm sure we could give you more. Go up against the wall. We did that the one time. That was big. Breathe. All right, and then to come out of it, you're going to push the heel of your hand into the heel of your foot. Release that leg and shake it out. Ooh. Okay, and then that leg goes over the extended leg, and then we rotate. Sure that the shoelace pose was good then. And then if you want to, you can do this as a bound posture. I'm not able to do it on this side because of my shoulder injury, like, or my neck. But you could use a strap. Like that. Yeah, then this room is nice. This is a big, when you do it bound, it's really big. Anything that you're holding on to in your upper body, it's going to get squeezed out. No chance of keeping it in. No chance. All right, and then release. Whew. Shake out those legs. Okay, so we are going to turn. I'm going to use my blanket to sit on. So I'm going to roll it up. Fold it up a little bit. And so just gives me a little bit of a lift. And then you have one heel pulled in, I'm doing my right, and then the left heel pulled up into half lotus. If you are on a blanket and this is kind of a struggle, then it just means you need to come up a little higher. So the higher you go up, the easier it is. So you can even use a block. So now I'm going up higher, and then that gets easier. And then the toes are going to hang off of the thigh. That's where you're heading. Now, if you can't do that and you need to modify, then you could take a block right in front of you and put your toes right there on the block. But eventually you're going to come into the calf, and then you're going to come all the way up onto the thigh. Half lotus. Half lotus. Okay. And then we rotate. So you're going to rotate one direction. Oops. Oh. And then rotate in the other direction. So this is going to be opening up lower body and upper body at the same time. We've done this before. Good. Then you're going to go forward and drop down. Now I'm using a block. I'm going to drop down and reach out and then drop my elbows and let my block go right underneath my head. If you're doing this with the foot forward, you could take it onto this block and then you just go forward like that. Or you can use your bolster and go forward like that. Easy peasy. Oh yeah, that's nice. That's great for the hip. You pull this foot up like that. All right, and then we come up. Here's our grand finale of this pose. This hand comes up and wraps around the back, and you're going to grab it with the right hand. Grab it, grab your toes, rotate. Now, if you can't do that, then you're going to use a strap. It goes around the toes, comes back, you grab like that. Wrap the strap around your toes. You can do it. Okay, Nancy, you're right there. I'm just about there. You are. I'm going to help you. No, trust me. You'll be fine. Have I ever hurt you? Well, we're going to give you a little of assistance right there. Okay. It's your foot. Oh, wow. You have long arms. There you go. You got it.
I got my toe.
She's got her toe. Woohoo! She's a winner. Okay, so you're in that position. Now we got to get Ann there. Okay, now you're holding this position. You turn your head, look over the right shoulder, and then tilt. Ooh-wee. Breathe. All right, and then release. You definitely have to shake out your legs after this. Nice. And then we switch. Now your left heel comes in and your right foot goes into a half lotus, or you can use a block. Okay. And we rotate to one side. So it should be pull the bottom heel in more towards the groin instead of thigh. Yeah. And then that foot comes up. That's it. And you can throw a block underneath that knee if you need it. But I don't think you need it. And then rotate to the other side. And then we go forward. So remember, you can use your bolster. I mean, this potentially stretches the ankle, the foot, the hip. There's a lot going on there. All right, and then we come up. Okay, so now you're going to take this hand, left hand. On camera, it's your right hand. Pull it around. Oh, sorry, this hand, right hand. Pull it around and grab your toes. And then rotate. Now you might need your strap. The strap goes around the foot. Oh, that feels good. Okay, who needs help? You do? I don't know, your hand looks, well, it's your foot. Can you bring your foot up a little bit higher? Yeah, now bring your arm around. You don't need to strap. How's that side? Oh, you're even closer on the side. Look at you. Yeah, but actually your foot goes up farther. So you're closer than on the other side. So good job. You're looking over that shoulder. That looks good. And then turning your head forward. Keep it going. Look over the opposite shoulder. Tilt. Big stretch for the neck. Ooh. Slowly, slowly release. Can't hold those neck stretches for too long. Okay. And shake it out. Oh. Yeah, that's a lot. Good, we're going on to our tummy. Woohoo. Going on to our tummy. I'm going to use my blanket and open it up for various reasons. Cushion, warmth. And then you want your bolster and your blocks to be up above. And we're starting out opening up the legs to the corners of your mat like that. And you're just going to hold it here and let the pelvis relax. So you're going to hold this position, and believe it or not, oftentimes there's tension there in the pelvis. And we want to bring awareness into that and then see if we can let it relax. So drop your breath into the pelvis. Release any gripping in the gluteal muscles. So that's your butt. So relax your butt. And let the pubic bone get heavy. So let the pubic bone get heavy onto the floor. You're letting the pelvis drop. And what this does is it helps bring back the natural lumbar curve. A lot of people have issues with the lumbar area. And then we're going to come up a little bit higher using blocks. They need to be the same size block. Nancy, you don't have the same size. Are you sure? Okay. She's going to use one. And if that's feeling no problem, then you can go higher with your bolster. I know some of you guys have flatter bolsters, so you might have to do blocks and bolster together. Go up a little higher. And again, you're letting your pelvis drop. You're letting your belly drop. Everybody's good. Everybody's good. So if you have a really high bolster like Pat, then she's getting a bigger stretch because she's on a higher bolster. Yeah, it's good. It's really good for us. Oh. Weird. With my legs, I'm like, oh my God. It happens with Maria too. Yeah. She gets that. I don't know. All right, and then we're gonna slowly, and I mean slowly, just scoot yourself forward, pull your knees in, and we're gonna just drop right back with the hands on the bolster, open up your knees, and release so that the forehead goes down onto the floor. And if that's not working for you, you can put a block underneath your forehead. Now, if you have blocks, you can make this a bigger opening for the shoulder girdle with the blocks on top, and then you drop your head down. Oh, yeah. Now you do have to be careful with collapsing in the wrist. If your hand is this side of the block or the bolster, the wrist will collapse. You want to be on the other side, the front side of the bolster or the blocks, so that your wrist stays stable. All right, and then we come up from that. You're going to rotate and open up one leg in, extend the other leg out. Bolster is going to go back behind you. And drop onto that bolster, reach. This hand comes up, grab. Big stretch for the side body. Okay, so if you can't grab, that's okay, because I know, then just let the arm relax on the head. Okay. Good. So Nancy, if you don't want to grab that hand, you don't have to. So eventually, this hand is going to come down and grab your toe. Yeah, but stay open. Yeah. Yep. So Stefania, if you want to, you can grab the toe. So you grab the toe, and the other arm comes and grabs the toe. You can actually drop your elbow to the outside of your leg as well. All right, and then slowly coming up. Oh, go to the other side. So move your bolster. Time flies when we're having fun, you guys. Okay, same thing. We're opening up that side body. By opening up the side body, it's going to open up the hips and then the shoulder as well. So you just hold it here, let the arm relax, or grab, or you grab the toe. Eventually let the elbow drop behind the leg, grab. Be gradual. That's your side, Chris. Good or bad? It's just not as flexible on that side. Breathe into your side body. That helps. Good. That side's better. See if you can drop a little bit further. All right, and then slowly come out of it. One leg's extending in front, the other leg crosses over, stack your knees, fold right over the leg. Isolated hamstring stretch. You can use a block, support your head. All right, and switch sides. Same thing. Isolated hamstring stretch, drop. Okay, and coming out of that, shake out those legs a little bit. And we're going to do a bridge, supported bridge. So grab 2 blocks. Start out with one. If that feels okay, grab the other, put it underneath there. And support your bridge. And you do have the option of letting the legs release out. You might have to adjust your blocks down towards the tailbone if you extend your legs. All right, and then slowly come out of that. Let your knees come into your chest. Just kind of move them in a circle in one direction and then the other direction. And then set yourself up for Shavasana. Palms up in a receiving position. Shoulder blades underneath you. Cover your eyes. And relax. You, Nancy. So totally relaxing, letting that body be still. And then begin to deepen your breath. Allow some movement into your fingers and toes. And gently, slowly roll to your right side. And then bring yourself up into a comfortable seated position. Hands coming together. And connecting your thumbs to your heart. Close your eyes. Take a moment to feel into the body. Allow the breath to relax and settle. Anchor in stillness. And let that bring you stability. To help you to feel grounded and solid. May you have a beautiful day. Namaste. All right, good job, you guys. And